So let's talk about the Challenger. That one, the big one. I think when we saw the free spin video, we were all in awe. The wheel roared to 140 plus kilometers per hour. It heralded something magical and new. Over the next couple of months, we found out about the Raptor controller, the smart BMS batteries, as well as the AirShock suspension system adopted from the V11. The level of excitement for each and every feature ranged from lukewarm regarding the battery size to downright, well, at least me, I was head over heels for the speed. The idea of being able to push 56 miles an hour with like that safety net, just knowing that you had that tilt back. When you press the power button for the first time, you know that familiar INMOTION chime? It sounds from the machine and it hums to life. It's really, really heavy, but under the assistance of the motor, it becomes really light to move back and forth. And when you lean forward, everything else up to that point really seems silly in comparison. The Master Pro is the only wheel that can keep up with it, and it has less safety redundancy, so, I mean, that's clearly at your own risk. This wheel, it made me feel free in a way that I felt when I first got on my INMOTION V8, like my very first wheel. It was all new again, and I knew something special was in my possession, some marvelous power I had imagined, but I didn't fully comprehend until it was there. Suffice it to say, I like the wheel. So let me tell you about my experience with the INMOTION Challenger after around 4,000 miles. Starting with the looks. The shell, it's matte black with that INMOTION lettering. The roll cage is present tastefully on the front and back of the wheel. The front handle can be used to accelerate by pushing down or to brake by pulling up. They do provide some degree of crash protection, but I mean, they're gorgeous. So you're going to want to try not to crash. The screen, it seems like it's a high resolution screen. I mean, beyond displaying the real-time speed, battery, odometer, time, I mean, it is functional. It works. That is to say, sorry. To change ride modes, you can adjust your speed cap, your riding angle, you can check mileage and ride statistics. Literally everything right at your fingertips. It has a USB port, charging port on the back side of it, as well as a USB-C charging port. And that really makes it convenient for charging up on the go, you know, your phones, your Bluetooth speakers, your headlamps. Maybe you have some cameras that you need to charge on the fly. Who knows? But whatever else you may need to power on the go, it really does help. The headlamp has a daytime running halo. But when you do need a proper night light, it really shines. It's motorcycle grade. And I'm not really sure what most people mean when they say motorcycle grade, but what I mean is that it works well at high speed. The backlight, it's okay. It's better than nothing. But I haven't really heard anyone else comment on it either way, and it doesn't stand out to me, so I wouldn't say it's a plus. At least it's there. There's no turn signals to speak of, but hand signals are fine. And honestly, you know, at the height that you ride in terms of where cars' visibility is and stuff like that, the turn signals on the wheels are more of a novelty than anything. Hand signals are great for informing people of where you're going. The trolley handle is top notch. It has a little spring load that gives it a slight push when you pull the lever from the handle. It's got an ergonomic shape and it just fits easily in the hand. It's well balanced. It's easy to use. The wheel is massive, ginormic. It's titanic. It's big, big. The tire wraps around the gorgeous orange rim with those chrome accents. This time I opted for the street tire. I had an off-road tire on my first one. I opted for the street tire, and the difference it makes in the ride is palpable. It's smoother, it's easier to carve, it's got better range. Uh, Simple stuff like that makes the street riding better for sure. I do think that a street tire is not something that you want if you plan on hitting the trails to any degree. My Challenger at this time is a Street Fighter only, no trails. I have a Goad Master and a lubricant patent for that sort of stuff until the Adventure comes out. Who knows? Not that the Challenger can't handle trails, but in my lineup, it makes it the least desired for my community's tight, twisty, rooty trails. It all comes together in what feels and rides like a one-wheel Harley Davidson. From the distinctive INMOTION orange, which in this wheel represents in two tones. The rim, and its sportier take on the color, which is slightly brighter and a little bit more fiery. In contrast, the bronze orange on the roll cage presents this like luxurious feel. It comes together cohesively in a nice, neat little package. It blurs the line between hobbyist toy and an actual commuter that's more like just a one-wheel motorcycle. More than any wheel that I've ever seen. The Master Pro does win for range, but for finish and practical usage, Challenger owns. The Challenger is a great wheel for commuting on streets, highways, and byways. I live in Gainesville, Florida, and the wheel gets me easily to all four corners of the map without worrying for charging during a single day. It's not a problem. The shocks, they're okay. I hope I don't have anything in my nose. It itches. Cloud-like, but they're just okay. The Fast Ace solution is really my favorite suspension system right now. I hope that the stanchion solution that INMOTION has in store for the Adventure, on either side, it's like a motorcycle fork system. I really hope that that locks in my appreciation for the rear linkage suspension, because as it stands right now, I don't very much like the linkage systems from Goad. For all the customization, I mean, I have the Emma linkage. It's still not very smooth, and the D&M air shock. It's still not very smooth or cushioning. It works, sort of. The Fast Ace shock systems, they just work well right out of the box. It can tackle stairs, up and down. It aggressively holds its own in traffic. It's incredibly stable at high speeds. I mean, when you figure it out, it corners with laser precision. I've learned to use my hand, like as an assistant, on the back side of the wheel. Like when I turn, I kind of tap it on either side. And that really helps with navigating tight turns by pushing the wheel, kind of slapping it sideways, sort of. This has made an absolute demon of the V13. Tracks previously dominated by wheels with smaller diameter tires, yeah, now they're the dominion of this Harley Davidson of EUC. It's just bananas. It's awesome. Being completely honest, it can go fast, but does it have a racing pedigree? No. It can go on trails, but is it a trail wheel? No. Hell, I mean, it can even jump, but by no means is it like a jumper, okay? Though I have a lot. I definitely have a lot. Truthfully, any wheel is what you make of it. The Challenger has at points and times been a jumping wheel for me. It's been a trail ripping beast for me. It's been all things for me. It can do that, but you may find it easier accomplished on smaller wheels that have less bells and whistles. I don't feel so bad. I just beat it up all the time. This wheel, it is a Mercedes. It is a luxurious thing. It oozes style and finish. It's a wheel that draws attention beyond the novel Monowheel intrigue. I mean, everybody on an EUC gets attention. But this wheel, when people see it, they want to buy it. It feels refined in its application of power, and it has a certain finesse to the entire range of its 0 to 60 mile an hour unlocked speed. If you've been riding for a while and you want the absolute peak of power in its safe application, I mean, as safe as ONEWHEEL is at 50 plus miles an hour, then this wheel is for you. If you have an iron will and you just want the most extreme, over-the-top new toy you can use practically and impossibly, this wheel is for you. You just want to be able to commute safely through all weather in comfort and style. With its IP ratings, this wheel is for you. I've personally ridden my test unit through a river. I wouldn't recommend that. Even with the IP rating, submerging these devices in water is just plain silly, man. I've loved every single moment I have ridden this wheel. It has changed the way that I ride, and it's inspired some of the most ludicrous speeding moments of my life. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. So, gear up, okay? If you made it this far, thanks for hanging out. If you could do that little like and subscribe thing, that little thing down below, I would be over the moon with appreciation. So, I gotta make some dinner. So I'm gonna hop off here. Later, y'all.